Hello everybody, Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for this Monday, my mom's 60th birthday, September 10th, 2018, from Nolans at the Smoothie King Center. First appearance in Nolans since Mania 34. Now, I did not make a Raw review last week because my power went out just as Raw was about to go on the air, and by the time power came back on, Raw was almost over, and I didn't have enough power to make a review. So, and now here we are. I did see NXT House Show. That review of that house show, got this cup from it from Roy Oak, is on this channel if you haven't seen it yet. But heading towards Raw after an okay Raw. Like I said, I did see some of Raw when the power came back on, but I wasn't able to make a review for it. It was a so-so Raw in Columbus. But we had Raw, the last Raw before Hell in a Cell this Sunday. It was okay, well, especially going up against football. But hey, Lions shit the bed. What else is new? Hashtag same old Lions. Hashtag Pack Go. Hashtag Go Bears. Hashtag Skull. Anyway, basically anyone in the NFC North but the Lions. Well, Bears choked, but Lions choked worse. Almost as bad as Bears did, but anyway. Easy little Raw today. You had okay little matches. We have a couple new matches made for Hell in a Cell, and a kind of a little bit of a interesting plot twist. A stip added or person added to a Hell in a Cell match. And we have a new commentator, full time. Congrats to Renee Young. She's the first ever full time female commentator on the announce table. It's awesome for her. She's been appearing on Raw the last few weeks as a guest, and I think she's done a good job. And now she's full-time. Coach will now host the kickoff shows on the pay-per-view. Kind of a demotion for Coach. He's been back for almost a year. But at least he's still being used. He's probably taking this. He's not taking this as a demotion. He's like, hey, it's an opportunity for women empowerment, especially heading towards Evolution. Despite the fact, I've heard it's not a sellout yet. Almost thought as poor as Detroit SmackDown. That's what happens when you had a shitty ass Raw review on this channel on that. Anyway, let's kick things off with the newly formed faction. They're calling themselves now the Dogs of War. Interesting. You got the Hounds of Justice, the Shield against the Dogs of War, which are Strowman. And the new Raw Tag Team Champions, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. What a week they had last week. Shield got arrested last week, came back and got a beat down from the triple team of the Dogs of War and all the Heels of War, including a returning Kevin Owens. Wow, only returned after a week. It could have been a great story if he dragged it, but nope, he had to return within a week. We'll get to KO's moment in the sun in a moment. But the Heels did swell the ring for this promo to signify the fact they beat up the Shield with Strowman, Raw, Drew, and Dolph. And Drew and Dolph took over Raw in their own way by eliminating the Revival, screwing them out of the tag team title match last week against the B Team and winning. Now, part of me was happy, part of me was sad. Because I've been wanting to see Drew and Dolph win the tag team belts ever since their partnership was formed after Mania, but they fucked the Revival once again. They being creative, fucked Revival once again. They have had some of the best, probably the best one on the main roster. After bad luck and bad booking, they finally look destined to beat the B Team. But nope, Henry, Drew, and Dolph. Happy for them, but should have Revival's moment. They would have benefited a little bit more. Drew and Dolph, I thought they needed the belts. They didn't need the tag belts. But they want to start a little tag feud with Rollins and Ambrose. See what happens there. But they bragged about them beating down the Shield last week and the entire heel roster. We saw Drew Gulak out there. That was cool seeing a couple of 205 Live references. Seeing 205 Live cameos on Raw is awesome. We had plenty of those today. So, as Strowman revealed and talked about beating down Roman, getting ready for Hell in a Cell this Sunday, cashing in on a proper match. Here, like I said, his new name, Dogs of War. A lot of people probably don't like that name. But hey, you got the big dog against the Dogs of War. But as the dogs were bragging, the Shield came down from the crowd. It started rolling down the ring because they got cheered. That's the only way you can get woman cheered is put them with the heel. The Shield. Should have been a heel Shield, but hey, they turned Storm into heel instead. Complained about that 2 weeks ago. Anywho, the heels, even with the numbers, got taken out quickly by the Shield, especially Rollins flying across the barricade onto everybody. And in the middle of the melee, Dean Ambrose pulled from the crowd, he probably had something with him, a bag of equalizers, axe handles for all the members of the Shield, attacking everybody. And Jinder got it the worst as he got nailed almost on the side of the head by one by the Shield. But then the cops came again. In the backstage area, they did not arrest the Shield like they did last week, but new acting general manager Corbin, man, he's doing about as worse of a job as Matt Lloyd is as the head coach of the Lions. Prepare for Lions jokes, people. I'm going to warn you in advance, prepare for some Lions jokes. Anyway, because they are a fucking joke. 0-16, here they come. SOL. So Corbin came down to the backstage area with the cops and the Shield saying, I'm not going to arrest you again. We don't want you to be arrested. We want you to compete on Raw. We don't want you to go back to jail. But if you do come back tonight because you're being thrown out of the property from the premises, but if you do try to come back in, especially you, Seth and Woman, you'll get your title stripped. Probably everyone would have cheered for that if Woman would have been stripped of his title. Will the Shield try to come back even with this stipulation? I will tell. So on to our first matchup. We have Nikki Bella taking on Ruby Wyatt. And Bella's returned last week. Botchamania for Brie Bella. Hopefully a match against Maurice. A bunch heavy on SmackDown. Of course, a match against Debray she's used minimally. And use her husband more. And of course, The Miz. So there you go. Now, Nikki goes had a famous ex with John Cena. But now I've read that Ruby Wyatt's got a new boyfriend. He and the Detroit Lions have a lot in common. Because they do nothing! Nothing! Because Ruby Wyatt's dating Jake something, an indie star, who's a champion in Glory Pro. And here in Detroit, he was an Extreme Intense Championship contender. He was a champion, Extreme Intense champion here in Detroit, XICW, defeating Zach Gowen for that honor. He was a dominant champion here in XICW. And he also wrestled for Windsor as well in Boulder City Wrestling. So he's been doing around the Indies and now he's got a hot girlfriend. I think Ruby's hot. I know some people may not like Ruby's looks, but I like it. It's punk. And she dressed kind of punky against Nikki after she and the Ruby Wyatt squad attacked the Bellas locker room in retaliation for losing the tag debut against the Bellas. I feel that last week that they're going to bury the Wyatt squad to benefit the Bellas. That's exactly what they're doing. They've been doing so well on Raw, yet the John Cena of the women's division. Not because she was dating John Cena, of course. She is faster than Rey Mysterio, more powerful than a Big Show. Aiming a big career is like an X in a single bound. Never did this before, but Super Bella, Super Nikki. Ruby didn't look good in the match. It was decent. At least Nikki had some better moves and didn't botch anything like her sister did. I like the knee she did. And a good spine buster as well. So as these girls were balling and ring in a decent match here. Of course, there were shenanigans as the Wyatt squad was trying to get involved. Of course, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. We got fooled by Nikki's sister, Brie at ringside. With Ruby distracted, she got set up for the Hack Attack 2.0 in the victory for Nikki Bella as she defeated Ruby Wyatt. Hopefully she recovers from this. You know what I mean? Because Wyatt squad, since they moved the wall, they've been dominant, especially Ruby. And she had a little bit of battle luck with an injury that took her out for almost a month. But after a little mini feud with the Hug and Boss connection, a little bit dominant in that, especially defeating Sasha Banks. Now she loses one-on-one to Nikki Bella. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Hopefully she will recover. So, there you go. On to our next affair. AOP got a new manager recently. It's cool that AOP got a manager because they need one. They can't talk for shit, and they're nothing without a manager, especially Paul Hellman. But, interesting choice for a manager. They got the general manager of 205 Live moonlighting as their manager, Drake Maverick. The second of about 3 205 Live cameos. At least it's something for him to do on Raw. At least he's on the main show. It's interesting. Although I would love to see him pull. It would be more funny if he was their manager as Rockstar Spud, not wearing the AOP gear, wearing the Rockstar Spud suits. That would be more funny, yeah. But it would have been a distraction because AOP is supposed to be serious. And Drake Maverick can't be a goofy Rockstar Spud-like character while trying to be serious with AOP. Trying to make a serious team look like a joke didn't work for the Good Brothers, especially with the old days skit. Anyway, they scored some jump. Roddy Hayes and Nathan Bradley, interesting outfits. Gotta get fucking killed in this. Hope they got paid. Whatever WWE pays Nathan and Roddy for their job today, it wasn't enough. So they got destroyed with a super collider. Squeaky, squashy. On to our next affair. Trying to hype up this match that nobody wants and nobody asked for. Triple H against The Undertaker. We saw Shawn Michaels interact with Taker last week in Columbus, which made Detroit really pissed off because he got another fucked up show with SmackDown. Not as bad of a fucked up as Raw in March, but hey, hopefully the Raw in December, that the pre-taping for New Year's Eve doesn't suck. Anyway, Triple H took to the confrontation that happened with Shawn and Taker from last week, saying it's personal, trying to make people invested in this feud that should have stayed ended after their tremendous ending at WrestleMania 28. Yeah, 28. Amazing. The Hell in a Cell match. First outdoor Hell in a Cell. First stadium Hell in a Cell. Perfectly done. Great story. Should have ended then and there, but nope. Drag it out like Taker needs to drag out his career. Should stay in rest in peace, but he still wants to wrestle. So this match will happen, of course, October 6th in Melbourne, Australia, at the Super Showdown. It's a glorified house show, but hopefully we do have some good moments, like Buddy Murphy defeating Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. So, there you go. On to our next matchup, a rematch for the Raw Tag Team Championship. The B Team, goes for another opportunity to regain their titles as they would take on the men that surprised them by becoming their opponents after they laid out the revival last week, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. The these are a tag match here. Of course, Drew and Dolph came back with a big, started off with some big moves. A great double team super kick on the Axel. That was a great little move there. But then after the isolation game, after both Dallas got tagged, he got isolated. Axel came in with some big move, coming in like a house of fire. Even tried to pull a surprise food victory like the B Team's been known to do. But eventually the former champs will be laid out as the zigzag Claymore combo got fed on the Bo Dallas in the victory as the champs retain their titles. But out from the crowd, here comes Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Not wearing shield gear. So I guess we sometimes. Hey, at least I don't mess up like when Michael Cole called Charlotte Charlie. They were hyping SmackDown's matches for Hell in a Cell because this is the go-home show, and of course all shows are now multi-branded. And why is AJ and Joe not in the cell again? Anyway, so we saw Drew and Dolph get attacked by Seth and Dean coming up for the crowd, not wearing shield gear because they got confronted by Baron Corbin at backstage area because like, hey, you guys came out. You know what happens. Seth, you lose your title because the Shield arrived back into the venue. But Drew and Dolph are possible opponents for Hell in a Cell. Dean and Seth said, no, we're not Shield. It was just two of us. Because Woman's not with us. And we're not in our Shield gear. And then they had a sheriff come in saying, like, you faked an arrest or something. That he falsified a police report. And this cop, who, by the way, had the last name of Ambrose. Irony or coincidence? Or on purpose. That the freaking cop would have the last name Ambrose. But after the cop got extorted out of the room, and Seth had a personal talk with Corbin. He made a Napoleon War or something. He's like some Napoleon War. And now he's awarding Seth and Dean by giving him a tag team title match this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Of course, they were former champs last year in great matches against the Bar. Of course, we've seen Seth and Dolph put on some good matches. Their feud continues on, this time for the tag titles. Well, Dolph is owed an IC title rematch. He has not retrieved it yet. We thought he was going to get it at Hell in a Cell. But now those plans have changed. Instead of Drew's friend Dolph against Seth at Hell in a Cell for the IC championship, it would be Dolph and Drew against Seth and Dean this Sunday for the tag belts. See how that goes. Now on to Kevin Owens. He quit 2 weeks ago after an awesome match with Seth Rollins when he issued that open challenge. It was a great story they built with Owens quitting. Best thing they've done with him in a while. Until they brought him back after a fucking week. Should have been extended longer. But he attacked Bobby Lashley last week. But tonight, Kevin Owens took on a guy who I saw in Detroit for NXT. Destroy Dan Matha. Remind us why we loved him so much in NXT before he got fucked up main roster. Prince Benny, Tyler Breeze. Interesting, he flew all that time from Detroit to Nolan's. But hey, the life of a wrestler. But despite Breeze getting the big moves in, he got destroyed KO. It was a no contest because he got beat up on the outside. Owens tossed him against the barricade. He gave a apron bomb. And he came into the ring. And it was probably one of the best promos he's had in a while. Yes, like many, I was very ticked off that they wasted his potential great story with Owens by having him only come back after a fucking week. But he had a great and passionate promo saying that, yeah, I quit, but guess what? I made a good deal with Corbin after he begged me to come back because he wants me to be the main focus again. He wants Raw to be the Kevin Owens show. And he said, I quit because of Bobby Lashley. He took out my best friend. He's out on the shelf. That's why I attacked you. And I will come for you. So we may have a match between them and Hell in a Cell. Or maybe next week on Raw. Wasn't really confirmed. But we did see Bobby Lashley work out later on. And a little interference cameo from Leo Wash. Out there, turn my vlog cameo. Yay! Anywho, he was trying to talk Lashley into being his manager. Hey, we've seen Drake Maverick as the manager of AOP. That would be interesting if Leo Wash is manager for Lashley. It may not happen. And probably will not happen. But hey, a man can dream. Because Leo Wash is a cocky guy. And hopefully doesn't air out any more bad tweets. Anywho. On with our next affair. We had a lot happen last week that was kind of interesting. We have AOP got a new manager. And they have a new team formed. They are ready, willing, and glorious. That's what I like to say. For the new foul team of Drew Gable, of Chad Gable. Sorry, not Drew Gable. Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. Now, at least they'll give him something to do. But, hey, they have so much potential. You know, they need to turn Roode fucking heel. But, hey, they won't do that. They can turn Strowman heel. Even though he doesn't need to be heel. Roode needs to be heel more than Strowman does. Anyway. They took on the Ascension. We got messed up again, man. What else is new? Roode came with some big moves, including a spine buster. Decent little action here, but he got the blind tag from Gable. And he got a suplex on Victor to get the victory. Or the Chaos Theory, that's his finisher for the victory. So, interesting tag team here, but we'll see how this goes. They have some potential here. You know, Gable and Roode. See if it's glorious or not. So we'll see how this turns out. On to our next matchup. At least the women's match won't be the main event of Raw this week. If this was, I will see this main event and see Nikki Bella against Maurice. Brie Bella against Maurice in a botch fest. But I like women's division. I make my little comments about some people bringing back the Divas effort, but hey, see what happens there. So we have a women's tag. It was supposed to be Alicia Fox with Bliss against Wanda and Natalya, but it was Mickie James. So Alicia Fox can wear a sparkly outfit. I like her outfit, actually. It's kind of Rihanna-ish. And they made a Cardi B, Nicki Minaj fight reference on Raw. Dang it. There's a little tag here. There was a great little sequence as Natalya got isolated by Nikki and Alexa, refusing Wanda to get the tag in. Rousey got bin slapped by Alexa when she stepped up to Rousey's corner and slapped her. He got chased around the ring. Natalya, who was still legal, grabbed Miss Bliss, and they paid tribute to Natalya's father by delivering a heart attack. With Rousey being the Bret Hart to Natalya, obviously, Natalya's dad, Jim. She nailed it decently, I'll say that much. But then she sold the rib injury that she sustained last week when she got beat down by Bliss. As both Mickie and Bliss took advantage of the ribs, kicking it, stomping on it. But despite the ribs hurting, Rousey powered through it by bringing a striking game. Some big jabs onto Mickie James after she tagged in after Bliss did some damage to the ribs of Rousey. But then Rousey, like I said, after those big strikes, came rolling back and delivered the armbar to Mickie James, kind of eyeing Bliss, who did the same thing to Natalya last week in a singles match. So Rousey put that armbar in, made Mickie tap out, but just about she's about to celebrate, with referee holding both her and Natalya's arms, Bliss came back in and kicked the hell out of Rousey's ribs again, knocking him down, only temporarily. See what happens this Sunday between these two at the pay-per-view. Now on to our next scenario, which, if I'm not mistaken, it was Elias's gimmick. Or Elias's segment. So Elias was about to sing a song and then made fun of the fact that the New Orleans Saints lost their opening game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a close game from what I've read. It was on TV here in Detroit. And he said that he didn't want to say it to you, but he was saying it to my face that Drew Brees doesn't like being here anymore. He hates this town. And he said the season's over. We're done. Guess what? You can say that about Matt Stafford right now. Because Lions are done for the season too after they shit the bed and choked another easy win. And they're finally ready to choke against the 49ers next week. Worse than the Browns. Anywho, Lions made his Saints this and had a who dat chin at him. But to sing a song and he got interrupted by Mick Foley. Good for Elias. He had a segment with Trish Stratus a few weeks ago. And now he gets a segment with Mick Foley. Now, they say that Mick Foley was there to celebrate the 20th anniversary. Well, it's a few months off, but since it is the pay-per-view Hell in a Cell, makes sense to have him celebrate a little bit late the 20th anniversary of his famous Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker. I'm hearing he did like a stand-up tour, the 20 years of the Hell in a Cell, and taped this special. He did like a stand-up special at Full Sail, which I kind of dug a few years ago. He did another one a few months ago in Pittsburgh, where Hell in a Cell was. That match was 20 years ago. And I think it'll air after Hell in a Cell this Sunday. It's not officially announced yet, but I thought I read that somewhere. Anywho, Foley came out saying that I hate to interrupt you, Elias, but I'm actually a fan of yours. I like your musicianship. I like your singing. But your lyrics, you're not a genuine guy, are you? You don't have a genuine bone in your body. And Elias is like, oh, you want genuine? I was at that cell match. I was a little boy in Pittsburgh watching you from the igloo fall off that cell. I even prayed that you got to stay down, but then you got back up. And you were special back then. You were legendary that night. But you're now a broken shell of a man. That was then. This is now. I'm the new thing. And I'm going to tell you why. Because WWE stands for Walk with Elias. He didn't say that, but hey. For I'm not here to address the past. I'm here to address the future. Not your future. The immediate future. Hell in a Cell. I want to be a part of it. In some way, shape, or form. So I went to Stephanie's office in Connecticut today. And said, hey, how can you get me in Hell in a Cell? I want to be in it. It's a special anniversary year of my famous match with Taker. I want to just be there in any way and not be sitting from the couch. Maybe be the timekeeper. Maybe ring the bell or something. Stephanie laughed in his face, he said. But she did say, hey. After Foley said, you met me after that cell match 20 years ago for the first time. You know, blah, 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 blah. He said, basically, Stephanie allowed me to be the special guest referee this Sunday in the match between Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Interesting scenario we have here. We have a Foley screw job. We have interference because even with the cell, we're still going to see some sort of interference from the Shield and the War Dogs. You know, the Dogs of War. You know, weird name, but hey. And Foley's like, I'm not just here to announce that. I'm here to say that Stephanie did let me do one match tonight to give Baron Corbin a break. So I'm going to put you in a match, Elias, against a guy that Corbin's had a problem with, and hopefully will never face again in a singles match. Finn Balor. Now, Balor and Elias did have a feud. I think last year, I think. And it was a decent little feud. I don't know, like he's a match with these two. Elias did his big things, you know, big moves, but of course, Finn would come roaring back with his fly moves, sling blade, even attempting the coup de grace. But Elias rolled out of it. In the end came when Elias was going for a big move that dripped away his finisher, but Balor would reverse it into a small package in the victory for Finn Balor. So at least he's recovering from a stupid feud against Baron Corbin, and of course getting beat up by Braun Strowman last week in that match they had in the main event War, which had the Shield returning from jail. So hopefully Balor gets treated from here. Speaking of Braun Strowman, we would end War with Strowman wanting a piece of Roman. After he's seen his Shield brethrens, Rollins and Dean sneak back into the arena to attack Dolph and Drew, Braun knew that he had a suspicion that Roman Reigns was looking. So he looked around the arena, beat up a guy, stagehand, and tossed around on some pipes. And he's like, where is Roman? And he was interviewed by Charlie Caruso. And she said, why don't you make Roman come to you? Or something like that. Or something she said. So Strowman marched down to the ring, saying that he wants Reigns. The Shield cannot help you inside the cell because I'm going to destroy you. So he was waiting for Reigns to come down. The music did hit. And we didn't see Roman immediately. But he came from behind the crowd. Or should I say behind the Titantron. And jumped on top of the announce table. And Strowman came down to battle him out of the table. And a little brawl out there. But then Roman miraculously lifted up Strowman on top of the announce table, and Samoa dropped him off the table, off to the stage, and broke a bit of the stage. That was like a holy shit moment there. Both men were down, but the big dog crawled out of that hole, grabbed his belt, and stood tall as Raw went off the air. Hopefully this means Strowman wins on Sunday, but because usually you have a go-home show, you have one guy standing tall, that means he'll lose that match on the pay-per-view. Hopefully this means Strowman wins. It makes sense. Dolph and Drew are not the tag champs. be great to see Strowman win. And hopefully he's not the third guy to unsuccessfully cash in. Actually, the fourth guy. Unwilling to be the fourth guy to unsuccessfully cash in Money in the Bank. Next to John Cena, Damian Sandow, and last year, Baron Corbin. So, see what unfolds this Sunday in Hell in a Cell. Like I said, I wish that AJ and Joe's match was in the cell, not Hardy and Owens' match. But hey, Jeff's near the end of his career like his brother is, and wants to have one match in the cell. He's never done that in his illustrious 20-year career in WWE. But now he gets to get it inside the cell against Orton. It's a good feud, but AJ Joe feud got great fuel for a Hell in a Cell match. Hopefully they get a stip at the pay-per-view. Because we're not going to get a real pay-per-view again until Survivor Series. Because after Hell in a Cell, we got the Super Showdown and Evolution, the women's show. So Survivor Series is the next big pay-per-view. After Hell in a Cell, which of course be in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. After NXT TakeOver War Games. So we're going to do War Games again. So that's awesome. It's going to, once again, beat the fuck out of the main show. But I did like SummerSlam, even with some bad things like the ending. So, there you go. That is it for this War review. Thank you so much for watching. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you next time. Bye-bye.